The second half of Jab Tak Hai Jaan is the disappointing result of the amazing build-up in the first. The film already never gives the audience enough time to breathe in the relationship of Samar and Meera before it's over. In the matter of a single song, Heer, the film goes from the dejected Meera to finally listening to what her heart says. Just like her mother's, and within the next song, Saas, it's all over with already. A 3-hour-long magnum opus romance built upon 10 minutes of actual romance is not nearly as impactful as a film like Veer Zara, which dedicates the entire first half to the heroic couple's growing bond and relationship. This is problematic because how are we supposed to reminisce and relate to our hero Samar and our heroine Meera if all we have is one sole music video showing the times of their relationship, the short-lived ones? This problem recurs in many Indian romances, where a lot of it is built up and a lot of it is the fallout. But the romance itself is often missed and just disregarded. It makes the film less convincing, less believable, and more of an act, a drama, and not in a good sense. There's not a single scene which shows them bonding with the exception of one filmed at Hyde Park. The crucial thing to notice is that most Indian films unfortunately rely upon songs in order to convince the audience towards a certain narrative as well. The same mistake is repeated here twice, with GRA in the second half as Samar is beginning to somewhat fall for Akira. Some dialogues even are embarrassing, as Akira says that Samar can try anything but nothing can save her from going insane. It's understood here that these are forcefully inserted into the dialogues of characters in order to show their personalities. But circumstance, as it is, could have proved that. The film's screenplay is almost insulting to the intelligence of the audience, spoon-feeding them what emotion to feel when the screenplay itself is filled with plot holes, left, right, and center. For instance, there's a reference to the song Satahak from the 2011 film Rockstar, the music of which was actually composed by A.R. Rahman, the same person who did the music for Jab Tak Hai Jaan. But in this flashback, the timeline is supposed to be way before 2011. So what's going on here but not a plot hole? Or how about this scene? Who's opening this door? Perhaps the same ghost who told Zayn about a song that was not even released at the time of his mentioning? Or take this footage captured by Akira, which is clearly not the same as the film's footage and shot on a camera that a college student would handle, right? And who in their right mind would think that some random person would be allowed to defuse a bomb in mainland London? Like a darker-skinned person in a post-9/11 world would be allowed to walk into a bomb defusal situation and not be taken as a conspirator himself? Forget just any normal citizen. For all those themes about racism and inherited privileges, the film falters through by putting the audience in an uncomfortable and unrealistic situation that could have not happened in reality, ever. If it all begins to sound rather outrageous, then one must remember that only a year within this film's release, Shah Rukh Khan had been stopped by the immigration officers at an airport in USA. That is a reality, and any random person being allowed to walk in and defuse a bomb based on their knowledge alone is not, and cannot ever be. It's against the protocol. All these plot holes and mistakes make the film's conviction far less than it should have been, showing that just a little bit of more effort would have made Jab Tak Hai Jaan so much more better. Perhaps even one of my favorite Shah Rukh Khan films. Not to say that Shah Rukh Khan does a bad job here, he never does do a bad job, but the other casting makes the film underwhelming. I don't hate Anushka Sharma, but her character in this film is outrageous and irritable at best. This casting was misplaced completely. Shah Rukh Khan is overshadowed by Katrina Kaif in this film, as she really delivers what I would consider her second best performance to date, the first being Ek Tha Tiger. But then again, Anushka Sharma's character Akira, who's supposed to be 21 years of age, could have actually been portrayed by someone actually 21 years of age then. How about Alia Bhatt? And don't say that Alia Bhatt would have come across as too young for SRK in this film, because that's the point of her character. Plus, only 4 years later, we would see Shah Rukh and Alia share the same screen together, and in a nice chemistry too. Alia Bhatt would have suited Akira. Katrina could not be replaced by anyone living or dead as Meera because she lives the role. And Shah Rukh Khan, I mean, if he wasn't in the film, I wouldn't be sitting here analyzing this film in such depth anyway. This is not Shah Rukh Khan's best performance, but this is certainly the one that was needed in such a film. He projects the same person in almost two different ways. More than just a change in look, he changes the attitude, the response, the pattern of speech, and most importantly, the walk. As Shah Rukh Khan would be happy to admit any day, the character of Summer goes from the careless, free challa to the reserved, rather strict military great man. He almost moves like a dance in this film. It's amazing how well he comes across, though his older look seems to be younger somehow, to me. I think with him having the long hair, shaved face look as the younger one, it's trying to remind the audiences of his DDLJ days. But anyone can point out that this is an older Shah Rukh. He does not look like he's in his 20s, although 30s would be an easier sell. Not to say that SRK looks old in this film, but to call him a 25-year-old is a bit of a stretch. Perhaps 31 would be appropriate age for his character, and would have made no difference at all to the story, except for maybe the cutoff age for joining the army. But if that amount of focus was put into the film's realism, then by God would it not have been an excellent drama. And that's the irritable aspect of this film. This forceful nature of bending rules to conveniently fit whatever seems to be good to the film's script actually hurts it more. I would have liked to say that SRK carries this film alone, like many others he's done. But honestly, Katrina Kaif is, without a doubt, in her prime here. While Anushka Sharma was still coming up as an actress at this point, perhaps explaining why she decided to be second to Katrina. But even though both their characters seem to have similar screen time, Miss Kaif knocks her out of the park. Literally, she knocks her out of the Hyde Park.